I think timing. I know that timing is the most important thing, at least in our elections. Like if this election had taken place a few weeks back, I think it would have been such a slam dunk for Trump. And I think there's been times where it would have been a slam dunk for Harris. Even I think there were times where it would have been a slam dunk for Biden if we'd had the election on X day or Y day. Like a week after Trump got shot,
November 6th.
Like if we'd had the election the week after Trump got shot, like I think it would have been nuts. I think he would have really.
That was his highest moment. He wasn't shot, but that was his highest moment.
He didn't get shot though.
He didn't.
Not going to argue
the
that.
Videos come out since the bullet didn't hit his ear. What hit his ear was the bodyguard's gun as he like hugged him and brought him down. You can look at the footage. Just this that's the thing now. Yeah,
I don't want to argue it.
That's just baffling. Like
that's why there's no injury.
It
was just hit by the gun inside the holster.
Joe Rogan
friendly fire.
Show me your ear, and he's like, "Yeah, there's a little mark on there. There's a little scar."
Yeah, but he's saying the mark came from the bodyguard's pistol.
Yeah, I saw it. You could see it. Like I watched a YouTube video where they like replayed it, and they're like, "Right here, this is the impact where his ear got hit by the bodyguard as he like wrestled him down."
Yeah, I don't care anymore, and I don't care to argue it. But the election's happening tonight.
I like saying
I'm so happy. Yeah, I know you do.
That's just so pedantic. 2 people have tried to kill him, and you're like, "Well, they actually did."
It's three.
Is it 3 now?
Is it 3?
Yeah. They stopped.
I don't count the ones where they don't shoot. And Zuckerberg did not donate $400 million to the Democrats. I looked into that because it was new information to me. I'm like, what is this? That it was wrong. What he did is he donated $400 million to people that like I guess there was this confusion about whether mail-in votes would get sent to where they were going.
Mm-hmm.
Go fact check it. Look at it. I look up AP, Reuters, the non-biased ones.
I'm listening.
And he made sure that the ballots got there, and then they looked into it and they said, well, did he like make sure that Democratic ballots got there more so than other ones? And no, there was hearings about it.
Do you really think that he put $400 million into
but now
the
we're into the trust me, bro?
No. It's like no. We can actually look at what actually happened. He depressed stories that harm Democrats on the largest networking platform at the time on Earth. He did that.
They looked into
it now, and he admits to it now, and he says he
found that it was pro-conservative, and the reason it was that conservatives cried and whined so loudly that the backlash was much greater when you suppress conservative stuff. And I can Google that too. It just always takes 3 minutes, and we move on to something else.
Like the idea that one of the wealthiest billionaires on planet Earth put $500 million after stating publicly that he wanted a certain political outcome, and that was just money he put into the process for the.
But you're on Trust Me, Bro. Fact.
This isn't Trust Me.
I've named 3 Republican election officials who looked into this and said that it was impartial. And you're like, I don't care. I still think.
No. It's about being able to look at patterns and infer using your mind. He donated $400 million to causes that largely got out the vote in Democratic areas. This is following him suppressing right-wing news.
They couldn't find the largely Democratic part. They couldn't find any impartiality in his donations. And yours is like, hey, use your mind. And
Georgia goes blue for the first time in
you have to respect your own opinion. I'm still going. You have to respect your own opinions and use your own logic. But like without any evidence, you just say, nah, the evidence that you gave me, 3 Republicans saying that it was good, I think it's wrong.
I guess it just comes down like, can you just not look at a behavioral pattern and infer without having to defer your like almost permission to believe to an election official or to a politician? Like, can you not just look at A, then B, then C? He states he wants this party to win. He donates $400 million to an important swing state that results in that state going blue for the first time in forever. He depresses information that's bad for his favorite candidate on his platform, which he's now admitted, and he has admitted to regretting ever since he's now an MMA guy or whatever. Like, you can just look at what someone does, see the consequences of that, and then use your mind, your rationality to go, who stood to gain from this? Who stands to lose from this? And you can infer what he was trying to do. He was trying to get to make sure Trump wasn't elected again.
See, I do that sort of thing all the time, but I'm wrong all the time when I do it too. So I try to look in a little deeper and see what's up and look for some actual facts, look for some actual people who dug into this.
I guess what I was trying to say was that if Trump wins, it's because, man, they turned out for him. It's because he won white women again somehow. But if Harris wins,
he's won white women every time, just not all women.
That's what I just said.
Oh, yeah. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying this time he might not. I'm wondering how big of an issue the abortion thing is, and it's just like I don't know if I believe any of the polling I ever see, but I just remember seeing so many women saw the Roe v. Wade thing is like a big reason to go vote. Like they were making fun of it. That was the meme. Was like, look, this is all they care about. There's like 80% of them saw it as the most important.
A lot of
issue.
Good arguments in there.
Well, they've got the right to vote. So, so I was thinking if Harris is going to win, it means that women really turned out, which then sounds to me like a Harris landslide. Like sounds like a Harris like they're going to win some states they shouldn't have, or we didn't think they would. Maybe. I wonder how North Carolina and Virginia, how those states are going to go.
Virginia for sure.
Virginia's usually been blue for a while. My little news ecosystem has turned around. So it's an insulting term, but the Democrats have been bedwetting this entire time. So they led for most of the race until most very recently. And even though they're like, I'll take 538 was giving Harris 54 times out of 100, the Democrats are scared and the Republicans are confident with the 46. It's just a different vibe. You know, Trump's telling, we're way ahead in the polls. Don't believe all the polls that don't have me ahead. Only believe the polls that have me ahead. That was the Trump thing. The Democrats are like, oh my God, this is way too close. I'm not comfortable. Until the last week, the Democrats have been like just snorting all that hopium, coming out with great news. The polls have swung in her direction, barely. It's been tied the whole way. But they're filling me with this probably false confidence. Like Harris has this. We'll see. What'd you say?
It's coin flip. It's coin flip, man. And we could flip the coin right now, and it would be just as accurate as the most intelligent, well-informed
Nate Silver's final model. The most expensive coin flip model of all time. Like the absolute gall to be like, I'm the most professional pollster. I aggregate all of these and I weight them as I see fit within my proprietary aggregation system. Mm-hmm. And then like I saw for weeks, people are like, everybody's all up on Nate Silver. Just wait. The day of the election, he's going to say it's Harris 50.1% and Trump, 49.9. And it was like it was flipped the other way, but it was like within 0.8%. And it's like, what is even the point of following someone who's never
538 has the same thing but inverse. They have Harris winning 50 times out of 100 and Trump winning 49 times out of 100.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things. So I watch both liberal and conservative news, too much of it, and the liberal news is saying that the pollsters have been scared to take a stance, that they call it herding. They all just go together and come up with the same results. You know, the people say what they say, and then when they massage the data, they say toss up. They've been doing it the whole time, and they think that it's not the toss up the pollsters said it was. The pollsters just lack courage. I don't know.
No, I could see that. Like their entire identity rests on them being like having some predictive value in their equations and whatnot. If not, what are they doing here? And so like guessing it close to 50-50, it could be, it just happened that way, but it also could be like, these are pollsters whose primary goal, more than getting it correct, is ensuring that they're still relevant next time this comes around. Like it's their job. And so when you set it that close, 49 to 51 or whatever, you can, after the fact, be like, oh, my model was actually like 98% there. It's just I under weighted this group. And when I accurately weight this group with the, hindsight being 20/20, suddenly my model makes more sense. And it's like, well, then of what use was your model?
I follow the most brilliant pollster on YouTube. He said, look, it's going to be one of two outcomes.
Yeah. And Kyle Myers.
I mean, if I had to guess, I would definitely guess.
The Stanley Cup's going to be one of 32 things this year.
It's got it.
It feels very Harris right now, like at this moment. And I haven't really touched the waters. I really messed my sleep schedule up like last night. So I slept through the afternoon today. It was one of those times where my phone was dead too. So I couldn't check what time it was when I woke up. So I got all the way downstairs to my stove before I realized I'd slept till 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Hypothetically, do you think JD Vance would be better at the top of the ticket? I think he was better in his Rogan interview. I think he was better in the debate. I think he's better in general. But Trump just doesn't appeal to me, and he appeals to a lot of people.
Yeah. So. Next election, like Vance is going to benefit by siphoning off that Trump popularity if he does get elected for 4 years. But I don't think Vance does better without Trump.
I think he disappears if he doesn't win this. If he doesn't win tonight.
Think of a losing VP candidate that went on to do well later.
Oh, I'm sure there have been. We just can't think of them though. Like Biden was a failed politician for decades before he started winning, right?
The longest serving senator ever, youngest senator, and old.
I'm talking about the presidency though. Like how many times he ran for presidency several times. I've seen videos of him withdrawing from the presidential race where he has hair. Like, he's a young man. He's like, you know what? It didn't work out.
Yeah.
He did fail at running for president many times. And that, I think, is pretty common. People who don't win on their first try. Trump didn't win on his first try.
Of course not.
But
I mean, Obama gave so much of that popularity to Biden. Like, Biden has gotten by since 2008 as literally no one has been like, Biden, that's my dude. What a great guy. It's literally like, oh, the Obama guy? Okay. Yeah, we'll do the Obama guy. Like that.
I think
Obama is so.
That's a winning VP though, not a losing one. Like I'm looking for the Sarah Palin who turned around and then won at the top.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Vance is really popular in Ohio, isn't he?
I assume.
I doubt it. He's new. He's like a new. He hasn't even been there that long, like 4 or 8 years.
Usually that's when they're more popular before they really expose just fucking politicians.
I guess my main thought was, are there any popular senators? Like, I don't know who my fucking senators are. Like Raphael Warnock, maybe. I think there was they won during that big blue wave like 4 years ago or something like that took Georgia back. But like nobody knows what they do. Unless you'd have to be so plugged into politics to care about your state senator.
Yeah, I have no idea what my state senator's up to.
Do you even know if it's a man or a woman, or if they're conservative?
Wait,
or
like the federal liberal senator, or just like my state, like all the state.
I do actually mean your representative, like your 2 senators of Missouri,
the federal ones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Ann Wagner and Josh Hawley. Right?
Oh yeah, I have no idea. I think it's Raphael Warnock and maybe Stacey
Raphael
Abrams.
Warnock. That's a very Warhammery name. I like that. Raphael Warnock.
Yeah, North Carolina has 2 Republican senators and a Democratic governor. I don't know
who our governor is.
Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, both Democrats here.
Jon Ossoff.
Oh yeah, that's right. They both won in 20. I think in why can't I say 2020 they won? I think right.
Yeah. I was super happy. At the time, it seemed like that was enough to legalize marijuana, and they might do it. But then 4 years more have passed. That's why I don't care who wins. That's a big part of why I don't care who wins tonight. Is like, I think Harris might actually legalize marijuana federally. She said she would. That'd be sick. And I just don't think she can fuck things up too badly. Biden said that, but Biden's the silly old man. This lady's 50 or something. I like she might mean it, and she's a little black, just a little. Taylor, that means something. Okay. All right. I'm just
that
saying.
Doesn't mean she'll legalize. It means she deals. Jesus God.
Oh, actually, she's also. I think she's very Indian. She's going to own a store.
Go from
welcome to Kamala's marijuana dispensary.
Kamala.
We get you change your voice every 2 seconds to try and be authentic, but that is a little. That would be. I think that might. If you could show me a video of Kamala Harris getting in front of like a bunch of Indian women, and she was like, "I am so very excited to be on next place," and changed it the same way she does for black people, she might earn my vote.
I could get on board.
That would be hysterical.
No, I don't. I guess I don't care. I am worried about Trump pulling out of my Ukraine war, which I do think is like all of my
thing you dislike about him.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's one of the big things. Also, like, look, it's kind of true that he sort of tried to topple our government and all. It seemed like now what I don't think about January 6th is that he was the evil mastermind. What I think is he's just a goober and he was like, "Oh, things seem to be falling into place. I think I'll just not say anything and see how this turns out." And it's like, whoa. One of the ways it turns out is like maybe they kill some senators and you're the president still.
He told people to go peaceful. Do we have to relitigate this again?
We don't, but you know, the
you falling for the Trump two-step though, right?
No, he told people to go peaceful. You've fallen for the media narrative that everything he does is fucking.
I heard every word. I'm up to date. Listen again. I'm well informed, and he did say peacefully and what did he say? Peacefully and patriotically, but he said a lot more than that. And he said a lot more than that leading up to it, and his people organized it, and he didn't bring in. He watched the whole thing unfold while he let the people.
And hold on, just to clarify,
I don't think
these people that went and did this crazy insurrection that's so wild. They are the most armed per capita populace on the globe.
You act like because they didn't bring guns, it didn't happen.
Yeah, you think you're trying to paint it as a sincere insurrection to topple the U.S. government, and the most armed populace on planet Earth showed up with flags instead of guns.
No, they're trying to say that they took over the building so that legislation was delayed, and they wanted it to not happen.
The only person, if that many people wanted to shut something down longer than that, they could have. The only person who was shot was a Trump supporter, an unarmed veteran.
A police officer was mutilated.
No, he was not. I saw someone post a funny post online where they're like, well, I went in the voting booth and then I came out with my cup of urine and everyone was mad. And like, I was like, that's very funny.
Did you vote, Taylor?
Yeah, yesterday. Very glad I did it yesterday because I thought I was being like smart because we've had like 2 straight days of torrential rain and flooding. And it really started kicking off yesterday, late morning, early afternoon. And I was like, I know a lot of the line is outdoors. If I go now, rain time, I'm going to get in, quick. That was not the case. I stood in the rain for 50 minutes. And you know how there's that meme where it's like, I don't want to use a umbrella. That's gay. I felt like the gay one. Everyone had umbrellas but me.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it is the fucking gayest thing to be worried that people think you're gay over regular stuff. Jesse Walters. Or I think that's his name, Jesse Waters. He said drinking from a straw is gay. Dude, if you're so insecure that you can't drink from a straw or eating ice cream, that's what Tucker Carlson said that was gay.
That's gay.
Dude, you people worry about the most mundane
how you
shit
do these
saying
things.
You're too gay. I honestly
Straws
feel like
it's all about nuance, Taylor.
It exposes
you got to understand, Taylor.
Weakness.
The guy was stroking the straw.
Like, it's the pussies who worry about looking like a pussy. The actual guys who are self-confident don't worry about drinking.
I never heard the straw thing.
It was a silly straw.
I have sensitive baby teeth, and so I need my straw for my ice cold soda. I hate glugging it. I need my straw, and I need it to be plastic. I need it to be, petroleum based. But anyway, I stood for 50 minutes in the rain, and then I got in there, and they gave you the ballot and everything. I live in one of the sane states, so I gave my ID, proved I was a citizen. They gave me my paper, and then I was so wet. Like I was sitting on like the corner of this little white table with those those anti-cheat sheet things that they had in school. Mm-hmm. A bunch of those were up, and I thought that was so interesting. It's like nobody's going to cheat. But then I was like, oh, it's probably for privacy. Maybe some people don't care. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I wasn't looking at anybody else's ballot. And so I started
imagine a husband doing that to his wife.
I finished the whole thing. I go turn it in and it like sticks in the machine. Like it got halfway in and like 2 alerts came up. It's like, warning, discrepancy with Amendment 3 and Proposition who gives a shit. And there's this little lady who was the organizer of this little station. And I was like, okay, so like, what does this mean? And she's like, oh, it probably means like part of your ballot got wet. Yeah, it's coming back out now. I can see because I was literally sopping wet, like I'd gone camping. And so a couple of different options got wet.
You got your ballot wet.
And I was like, okay, so it says at the bottom, just proceed. Is this the kind of proceed that means like $1 not going in the vending machine where all the date, like it's still going to be fine? Or is it like, I need to do a new piece of paper? And she was like, well, no, it'll count the votes. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, well, it just won't count these ones. And I'm like, well, can I just get another piece of paper then, please? I'll roll my sleeves up. And so I went and I got another piece of paper, had to fill it out a second time, like holding my arm way over the side so I didn't drip. and then I was able to vote like an American. Turn down the sticker. I'm not a braggart. I'm a humble man.
I rock this sticker. I so rock this
forced
sticker
that onto Woody.
I took a shower and transferred the sticker to my next shirt.
You were just making fun of people for straws. That's pretty fucking gay.
But I'm fine.
I should have gotten a sticker from somewhere.
See, that's confidence.
You know, I just realized I wish I had like 8 stickers. And I was just like
from like different counties, just all like it's a bumper.
Different designs. Yeah, they're all completely different. Like one of them's that wolf or whatever, that bear, that werewolf or whatever that kid made.
And you know what's a big problem? It's apparently all of these polling places, they give you the worst pens on earth. These pens are designed to work for exactly the amount of time it takes to fill out one ballot. They are trash. The one I picked up fell apart as I picked it up. I had to pick a different one.
You got to move to a first world state. I walked in. Do you know how long the line was? There was no line. They had enough people to handle everyone who came as they came. I immediately give them my ID. They give me my little ballot. I go to the next station. I fill my stuff out. It was no problem.
Are you
in
a large county?
It's just because it's really busy here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in a pretty large county as well.
This is Raleigh. I live in this. In the city of Raleigh, and
Missouri rules. Beat the pants off NC. Yeah, it's because everyone's here so passionate. Everybody's
cracking a Miller Lite.
Dude, when you vote in Missouri, it's like audible. Everyone around you is like, hope we can pull it out this time, bro. Like literally, that's what voting in Missouri is. Yeah, like pretty much everyone in my area seemed to be going that way. There was this one business sounding lady in front of me who talked.
Wait, what do you mean that way? Hope we can pull it out. They're going that way. Which way? I assume they're all Republicans.
Hoping that he can pull it out, meaning Trump. Like they're like doing their little wish casting. Like I hope this time might be the ticket. But yeah, it seemed that way. Like this woman next to me, this like mother of 4 or whatever. She was like a bit older than me, and that was a little depressing. I'm like, man, these people have their fucking lives together. They have kids. I don't have any fucking kids. And then she's like talking to me the whole time about like how much she wants to vote for Trump, and I'm like, that's great. We're not going to be friends or anything. So maybe we just stand in the rain. Do you see how wet I am? I had the guy behind me. I had a 6'7" tall guy in a Chiefs hat and the biggest umbrella you've ever seen. 3 people behind me. And I have my giant Coke bottle glasses soaked in water. And he's like, get a load of this guy, should have brought an umbrella. And I'm like, you got me. So I'm just, and then meanwhile, I'm going to vote for fucking Harris. You bitch. Yeah, it really wasn't that big a deal. My friends who went today were texting.
You didn't let him know that umbrellas are for gays?
No.
So wait a minute.
I was
the line's longer today?
Yeah, it's apparently very, very long today.
That sucks. Like it should be easy to vote. It should be pretty convenient. That's why I don't like voting on one day. There should be weeks to get this done.
Early is fine. It's just like you should have to give a fuck enough to not mail it in. Like go in person, participate, and
I think it should be convenient, easy. I think voter participation rate should be high and secure. I'm not saying it should be unsecured. It shouldn't be I don't know. It should be secure
everywhere. That's
fucking again.
Like they just need to do the ID thing everywhere. Like
I don't understand why the ID thing is such an issue. Like I've heard it's like racist. Dude, all my black friends have IDs. I don't know.
Everybody knows.
Oh la da.
Yeah, like who doesn't have IDs? That's wild to me. But apparently IDs hurt Democrats for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's because
voting participation hurts Republicans. So they're always trying to make it more restrictive, not vote on weekends, only vote on one day, reduce
make it a national holiday.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a day off. That's popular.
I do like the idea of a day off, especially it's one day every 2 years.
Yeah, relax. For sure.
And I interject here. The day off won't work.
Why?
We're all planning vacations on that day. You give us a day off, especially you make it a 3-day weekend.
No, dude, it's a Tuesday. You can't plan a whole it's a Tuesday off.
Oh, then maybe I take Monday off. You're already giving me voter day off. I can make a 4-day weekend, Taylor.
Dude, if that's the biggest problem, that people are getting nice little weekend vacays out of it, I'm willing to abide that.
I don't know. It'll be the people with jobs taking the 4 day. It'll be the hardest of workers who take the 4-day weekends. They're like, I can't take it anymore. I'm not.
Dude, I've said before, I'm in favor of as many federal holidays as they'll fire out of their guns. Just
every day should be some kind of a federal holiday.
Not all. You need.
That's why I'm part Jewish.
Still needs to be special. Yeah, dude. The Jews figured it out. They're like, do you think they'll fall for this one? Meshuggah good.
I'm always celebrating
sacred holiday, and it's actually all of June.
Christmas is 8 days for some reason.
Yeah, they did it right. They have all the
voting should be convenient, easy. Participation rate should be higher. And
I don't know. See, I used to think that it should be mandatory because I thought, like, I don't care.
How would you do?
I just thought that it should be like paying your taxes is mandatory, and if you don't, they come get you eventually. Like, why not make paying your or voting the same thing? It's like, did you vote, dude? You better. They're going to send you a ticket in the mail. Like
you don't want the kind of people voting who it has to be compulsory to make them to vote. Like,
that's what if you got a $3 discount on your taxes for voting?
$3?
Mm-hmm.
Give me do better than that.
More than that.
Really? How much should I pay you to vote?
Nothing.
Literally, how much should I pay?
It needs to be better than 3, but it needs to be worse than 3 simultaneously.
No, you shouldn't like. The goal of voting in democracy shouldn't be to have the most total amount of votes. You could achieve that just by harvesting homeless people's votes. It's like it should be good people voting, like people who care enough and give a fuck enough to go out and do it. Like it
should also be easy. I hate that you stood 50 minutes in the rain to vote. That is a legit obstacle to democracy. Voter participation. Now it's Missouri, but. So you guys are going red either way. That was my point with that. Yeah. But I see, for example, these 7-hour lines in the Georgia Atlanta area, and it's like this seems designed to suppress turnout. It is, right? And then you get people like me, that's wealthy people. Fuck, we just waltz right in. They've got a DJ out there playing music.
I imagine you literally walk with Jackie as you go.
They hired a DJ, so in theory, if there was a line, it'd be more pleasant, but there was none. And
did you go today?
Right in. I'm sorry. Yeah, I went today.
Okay.
Around lunchtime, and I just walk in, I vote, I leave. Took no time at all. The 3 of us voted. Jackie, Colin, and I.
Nice.
And that was that.
Maybe I just had bad luck. But that doesn't seem to be the thing because a lot of people here are saying there's long lines everywhere. It could just be that people are turning out in super high numbers for Trump because we're a really red state and nobody hears stuff.
Could be both.
4 years.
So
it could be a combination.
So it's like I said the other day. I know it sounded foolish, but I was like, it's going to be one of 2 outcomes.
Yeah,
but
Copernicus,
the bravery he put on.
But I guess what I was trying to say was that if Trump wins, it's because they turned out for him. It's because he won. He won white women again somehow. But if Harris wins,
he's won white women every time, just not all women.
That's what I just said.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying this time he might not. I'm wondering how big of an issue the abortion thing is, and it's just like I don't know if I believe any of the polling I ever see, but I just remember seeing so many women saw. The Roe v. Wade thing is like a big reason to go vote. Like they were making fun of it. That was the meme. Was like, look, this is all they care about. There's like 80% of them saw it as the most important.
A lot of
issue.
good arguments in there.